All right, shalom.
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 All right, we're back. Salakia for that. You know. So we're gonna open up again, but this one's gonna be brief. You know. But we're gonna start by giving our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the brothers and the sisters listening and learning. All right, the sincere brothers and sisters. All right. All right, so we was talking about Noah in the ark. And with Noah, you know, they was beating on that door. So just like back then, they was beating on the door. They're going to beat on the door, all right, which is Yahweh Shai, to get in to the kingdom of heaven, to get in on those chariots. And what's going to happen? The Lord, he's going to tell them that he knows them not. Because, why? Because they taught the word of the Lord deceitfully. They didn't subscribe to the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. It's not about knowing that you're an Israelite. That's not what it's all about. Knowing that you're an Israelite, that's like 1% of it. All right? Having knowledge of the true doctrine, gaining the knowledge of the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, that's what it's all about. You know? Because Israelites, 2/3 of our people, they're going to be destroyed. Even if they knew that they were Israelites. I'm sure they're going to know when everyone gets beamed up and they're stuck for the missiles to come and eat them up. I'm sure they're going to know that they're Israelites then. Yeah. Oh, we was Israelites. Look at them. That's my cousin. You know, then, hey, your cousin might be dead, but hey, you know what I'm saying. You know, I grew up with that fool. You know, we fools. We count his life as what? As madness. You know, how is he accounted among the saints? That's what they're gonna say. Just like in Noah's time, they was like, damn. So Noah was right. So and after they couldn't get into the ark because the Lord shut that door, what were they doing? They were probably scrapping, fighting each other to try to get at the top of the mountains so they can get away from the floods, so the floods won't get to them. But that wasn't enough, man. That wasn't enough. They was probably fighting animals, fighting lions, wildebeest, bears, you know, just to get to the top of the mountains so they could be safe from the waters. You know, that's probably why Esau stole perches at the top of mountains, man. He's like, hey, nah, man, this flood ain't hit me again. But he don't know. The Lord's coming back with fire this time. You ain't getting away from the fire. And it's coming in the form of thermonuclear missiles. Everything's going to be destroyed. And if it's not destroyed, everything's going to be filled with radiation. Radiation, poison in the air is going to be a bad deal, man. Yeah, it's going to be a bad... And it's going to block out the sun. The ash in the air is going to block out the sun. You know? It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad deal, man. So it's going to be cold, too.
Yeah,
a nuclear winter.
Yeah, nuclear winter.
It's going to be bad.
That's worse.
Yeah. I was watching scientists were saying a TV show about it. It was like it could take decades for that to clear out over the globe.
It's going to be bad, man. The world is going to be in dire straits. And you got to think, man, the Lord is something else. All this for, you know, to redeem his people and to keep his word. That's why we say the word is powerful. The tongue is powerful. What is the spirit? The spirit is in the shape of a tongue, right? The flame?
Yeah.
The flame is in the shape of a tongue. I'm telling you, man. That word is something else. Word is something else. All right, you got it up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood.
So when it comes to rebuke and reproof, we got to do it. Correction, we got to do it. Because if we don't let our brothers know, and they go off, and we know they're going off, then that blood is going to be on our hands. So you can't hold your sword back from blood. Sometimes you got to cut your brother. Sometimes you got to cut him, shake him. I'm just playing. You got to cut him, man. You got to tell your brother, listen, you going off. Going off, man. And we gotta defend the gospel. We defend the gospel from those that be worshipers of Satan, so to speak. Those that serve Satan, because there are some that do. You know, plenty of our women, so-called black women, they witches nowadays, man. They deal with candles and scents and all that type of shit. They do that shit on the left-hand side. You know? Stones, all that stuff. And Esau is the main warlock. You got Esau and Eve together again. Not Esau and Eve, but serpent and Eve together again. Doing that bullshit. All right, you got it up. Can we go back to Luke?
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 17, verse 28. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
That's right. Same day that Lot went out. Just like the same day that the Lord shut up the ark for Noah. All right, the same day that Lot went out the city, it rained fire and brimstone. That's going to come to America, Babylon the Great. So as we're ascending onto the chariots, all right, it's going to rain down fire on this place. Thermonuclear fire in the shape of intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, you got some Edomites saying that these other nations ain't got no intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's a damn lie. The scriptures say they have the missiles to target America. All right, the missiles are the arrows that's going to hit America. And they shall not miss. They won't miss. All right, because the Lord's Spirit is going to be in them. Just like his Spirit was in, if you go back into David and Goliath, his Spirit was in that rock that killed Goliath. You know? The rock of his salvation. That's David calls the Lord the rock of my salvation. All right, that was his battle against Goliath. And who was Goliath? Goliath was a mighty man on the earth. Who's the mighty man now? That's Esau. Esau is the mighty man on the earth right now. So the rock of our salvation is those missiles. Those missiles, man. All right, we waiting for that day. All right. That's right, man. Just like what's his name? The boxer. He said, to this day. To this day. Wilder, Deontay Wilder. He said, to this day. Talking about our people, you know, being in servitude and slavery, being downtrodden in this place to this day. So, hey, we can't wait until the missiles hit. That'll be our salvation, man. Because what does the Lord say he's going to come as? A fiery flying serpent, man. That looked like a missile to me. And even if you go back into I think it's the Incans or the Mayans, they are, maybe it's the Aztecs, but it kind of looks like a missile, the fiery flying serpent that they have. But yeah, man, that's what's coming. Just like in the days of Noah and Lot, judgment is coming to the earth. All right, for the earth's wickedness. Every time the earth increased in wickedness, what did the Lord do? He destroyed the enterprise of the wicked. And this time, he's going to destroy it for good. There's more.
Yeah, there's one more verse. Verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
Con. Now let's get Hebrews 11 and we close out. So that's how it's going to be when the Lord returns to the earth this time. All right. He's going to return with judgment.
From the top.
Now, this is how you stay out of judgment if you walk in faith from the top out.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Now what we hope for is salvation. And we get it, and the evidence is through the Spirit, is the Spirit. All right, what we receive in the Spirit is the evidence of our salvation to come, is what we hope for. All that stuff is invisible, but all that stuff, it is the essence of our faith. You got it? You got it.
Verse 2. For by it the elders obtain a good report.
So by that very essence of faith, the elders like Noah, like Abraham, like Enoch, they all obtained a good report with the Lord, or a good report in general. You know, the angels speak about those men. Those men were in fleshly bodies, sinful flesh, and yet they still walked perfectly with the Lord. Their hearts were perfect with the Lord. Their minds were sound in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Those angels was just astonished. That's how it's going to be spoken about us in this time. The angels are going to speak about us. We're going to speak about, hey, there's going to be a new Acts, like the apostles always say. It's going to be a new Acts. You know, Acts of the apostles, or Acts of the servants of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know, this brother came to the truth on this day, you know, and from that day forward, he never looked back. Stayed true. Kept his hand to the plow. You know, in the midst of all the adversity that he go through, jobs, women, children, family, friends, you probably had to cut off a lot of people in our, we had to cut off a lot of people in our life, or we had to kind of step back from people in our life if we didn't cut them off. So we gotta. That's gonna be spoken about. You know, the angels are gonna speak about it. Our children that we, Lord willing, we those men. Our children that we birth, you know, that we bear, not bear. It's lucky. What's the word? Begot. Our children that we begot, they're gonna be saying, "Wow, that was you, Daddy. That was you, great granddaddy." You know, because we're gonna live a long time. We're gonna have armies of children, man. Esau gonna try to come up against us. Hey, Leroy, take care of that. You know, Leroy got his 1,000 children. You know, man, it's going to be beautiful in the kingdom of heaven, but we got to get there. And how we get there is through faith. You got it.
Verse 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Lord, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Just like we don't see the things in the spirit, but the spirit itself is what made everything else. All right, everything was made through the Spirit, by a Spirit, you know, ordained by the chief of spirits, which is the Heavenly Father. You got it.
Verse 4. By faith Abel offered unto the Lord a more excellent sacrifice than Cain.
That's right, because his sacrifice was through the faith, because he knew that being obedient to the Lord, he would receive a good reward for it. So his sacrifice was much more excellent than Cain, who just gave the Heavenly Father whatever he wanted to give. You know, I'm gonna give the Heavenly Father this. I'm gonna give him the first fruits of my garden, because I care about the garden. Not so that the Lord cares about the garden. The Lord asks for a specific sacrifice. But because it was something that Cain cared about, because Cain tended to the garden. He was a gardener. You know, so he tended to the garden. And Abel, he tended to the sheep. So Cain was like, yeah, I'm going to give you something that I care about, not something that the Lord cares about. Well, the Lord wanted the sheep. I mean, the Lord wanted what he asked for. Be obedient. It's better to be obedient than what? Than give sacrifice. So his obedience was a much better sacrifice. You got it.
By which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Lord testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead, yet speaketh. Verse 5. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
By faith Enoch was translated, and he didn't die. You got it.
It says, and was not found because the Lord had translated him.
Mm-hmm.
For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Lord.
Man, Enoch was cursing Enoch was cursing Cain and his children out, man. He said, the Lord come with 10,000 of his saints, man, to destroy this place, man. Enoch was prophesying. I'll let that go. Enoch was prophesying of what's going to happen right now all the way back then. That's how much faith that Enoch had. So the Lord was like, "Ooh, that's some powerful faith right there." You know? So the Lord was like, "Man, come on, Enoch. I can't keep you in this decrepit place no longer. You gotta come back to me. I'm gonna translate you. You're gonna come back down, and you're gonna continue to minister, and I'm gonna continue to bring you up. As Elijah, I'm gonna bring you up. But as John the Baptist, this time, you know, you're going to have to do your lot. You know, this is the lot I'm going to give you." All right, I'm just saying that through the Spirit. I don't know if he was Elijah or John the Baptist, you know, but I know Elijah was taken up, right? He was translated, taken up by the whirlwind. And John the Baptist, well, the Lord called him Elijah. He said, "This is Elias." You know?
Which vocab like to say, well, he said he wasn't. Well, the Lord said he was.
All right, how are you supposed to know he was?
Yeah.
You know? The Lord said he was. So you saying the Lord is wrong? Or you supposed to call yourself, he's supposed to be a Christian apologist. He's supposed to be defending the gospel. But he's saying the Lord is wrong. He's saying his precious Jesus is wrong. Through, man. You got it.
Verse 7. Verse 6, so like it. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Lord must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That's right. And that's what we supposed to believe on. We should believe on the Lord and his reward for his men that serve him, that diligently serve him and seek him. You know, because Peter followed him. Peter followed the Lord, and he said, "Lord, what are we going to get for following you?" Yeah, he didn't say it like that, you know, but he said it in a much more respectful manner, you know, but he said, "We have forsaken all. You know, what are we going to receive?" And the Lord said, "Listen, you're going to be rulers. You're going to sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." So the Lord told him, "You're going to be rulers in the kingdom of heaven for following me in the generation." And that's what's going to happen, because that's what the Lord was referring to this time right here. This, Lord willing, will be the last generation. We're in the last generation. So it don't matter if it take 20 years, 40 years, we got to be for it. We gotta be all for it because this is the last. This generation that the Lord is coming back to the earth. You know, ain't no 100 years. Oh, that's gonna be when I'm dead and gone. Hell no. Not the way Esau going. Not the way these prophecies popping off. Hell no. So we just gotta believe in the reward. Can you reread that verse?
The book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Lord must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
All right. And that's that, man. We just gotta believe in the Lord that his promises are gonna stand fast. It's gonna stay true. You know, and it is. His promises are truer than us, more honest than us. So with that, man, Lord willing, this camp was edifying. Lord willing, we shine some light on some scriptures that you already know. Lord willing, we added some new perspective to it. So with that being said, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.